Welcome to Magenta Fashion Academy. My name is Rachel. Today I'll be showing us how to bead this beautiful design. The beading on the cup, the boning lines, the one on the bodies using sequin and crystals. So I'll be showing us how to bead using this boning channel. So now let's show us the required materials for this particular beading. So this is sequin. I believe most of us should be familiar with this if you've watched the beading tutorial from our previous class. So this is sequin. So that was what I used to achieve the designs on the bodies. Can you see? So I'm just going to keep it aside. And here I have these, I think, seed beads. Can you see? So these was the ones I used to bead the boning lines. Also here I have these pearls. Can you see? This is size 2 pearls. So I also have my crystal. Can you see? I also have this in black as well, which is here. So this is the black one. Then why I have this silver one. Can you see? Here I have my assorted needles. Can you see? I still have some left over inside here. I just have to put it inside this cup. And here I have my curved needles. So in our previous class, remember it talked about curved needles. They come in sizes, like the biggest size of this, it's not here, but they have one that is bigger than this. It cannot contain inside this container, so this is where I keep them safe. Then one of us asked that I didn't show us how to incorporate pearls, rhinestones. So I have this rhinestone here, or cup chain. So I'll be showing us how to add this to your beading designs. So I'm just going to cut out this using my scissors. You can use anything to cut it out into pieces. So it's going to be one by one. Here is my invisible thread. So if you're working with same color of beads, like for me here I have silver, I have black, I have the green, I have white, and I also have the rhinestone chain. So for this particular design beading work I want to create, I'll be making use of my invisible thread. But if you're working with the same color, like the whole beads are the same color, the pearls are green, the crystals are also green, all the beads you're working with are all green in color, they are same color, you do not need to use invisible thread. You can use your regular sewing thread to bead because the color matches. So here also I have these pearls. They are bigger in size, they are bigger than this particular one, so I'll just be adding them for aesthetic purpose. And also looking at our dress, I've already completed the beading of the cup. So what I'm going to do is that I'll be using a piece of fabric to show us exactly how I achieved the designs on the cup. All right, so now I'll be using this particular wording to demonstrate for us how I achieved this design on the bust. So I actually wanted to bead this second cup, but on the second thought I decided to use an exaggerated sleeve, a structured sleeve, to design it so it will look a bit different. So this particular wording is what I'll be using to demonstrate for us for the cup and how I achieved this sequin design I have here. Then while the one on the boning lines, I'll be beading directly on the fabric using this boning line that I have here. So I'll be starting with the sequin first. Mind us, when beading directly on your fabric, do not pick the lining part of your fabric. We are only going to pick the fashion fabric, just a very tiny piece. you pick very thinly. Can you see? If you can see this, can you see the way I picked it? That's how you're going to pick only the fashion fabric. So but because I'm using this wording, so what I'll be doing is I'll be starting my beading. Like I can either choose to start from here, can you see, or I can choose to pick from the underneath of it. Can you see? Either this way or this way. So but let me start using this way, because this is exactly what you will be doing when beading yours. So you're just going to secure your thread. I believe from our previous beading class I've shown us how to secure your thread. So I'm just going to secure mine. I actually double this thread, but single thread seems to be easier to work with, or if you are using the normal sewing thread, I think it's a lot easier too. So the first thing I'm going to do is to pick my sequin, and then I'm going to pass it through. Now sequin has two sides. We have this shallow side and then this curved part. So this curved part, I'll be placing it directly on the fabric, while the shallow part will be facing me. So the shallow part facing me, I'll pass under like so, and then I'll bring it out. Can you see? Then I'm going to pick one crystal, depending on what you are using. It could be pearl, it could be crystal, depends on your preference. So I'm just going to pass it like so, excuse me, and then I'll place it on top. Can you see? Now just shift it. The hole or space in the crystal where we passed our needle, that is where you are going to pass it through. You are going to pass it back again under. Can you see the way I'm bringing it under? So you're going to where you want it to come out, that is the next crystal to be. You pass it through there. So can you see what I have? And then you pick another crystal again, pass it under. Can you see? And then you bring it out. So now this depends on how clustered you want it to be. If you want it to be very clustered, like closely, can you see? Because this one I'm doing now is close to each other. If you want it really separated, just go ahead and pass your needle out where you want it to be. It depends on your preference. So I'm going to pick another crystal. I'll pass it like so, and then I'll pass it back to where I want the next crystal, the next sequin, sorry, to come out, and then I'll pull. So this is why I said working with single thread is a lot easier. So can you see? So when doing this, you do not need to rush. There is no need for you to rush. So you're just going to pass it through like so. Can you see? And then you pick your crystal, pass it through, and then you pass it back to the next place where you want the next sequin to be, and then you pass it back. So can you see what I have? So this was how I achieved all the designs you're seeing here. So while doing this, you take your time, do not rush, gently, and then you're going to achieve it. You can use it anywhere though. It mustn't be on the bodice. You can even use it at the cup area, even at the yoke parts. You can also use it. So this is it for the sequin and crystal design. So we are going to move over to beading up for the cup.